please.
Steph, the cameras caught you at, I think it was the third quarter, like really kind of getting into your teammates on the sideline. Was that a frustration about the night or bigger picture frustration about, the season 1919 where things are going right now?
It's always about what's happening in the moment. That's just basketball. Trying to bring competitive spirit and leadership all different type of ways, but we had an opportunity to set the tone for the second half of the season tonight, and obviously didn't do it. Then we got to do something about that going into the next game.
Did you agree with Steve's decision to bench James until the fourth for missing the test and missing practice?
We all talked about it beforehand and knew what the situation was, and there are learning curves for everybody in this league, and responsibilities and accountability and all that. And so the quicker you learn those things and just make it about basketball, the better you are individually and everybody is a team. And I'm sure that'll land well with Wise going forward in terms of things we need to do to be available for us night in, night out.
Did Steve involve you guys in the decision?
You said what?
Steve involved you guys, the players, in the decision?
No, that's a coach responsibility.
How do you think James handled the entire situation, including the fourth quarter?
Like he's supposed to. I'm sure he wasn't happy about it. And eventually, this will hopefully not be something that lingers in terms of a storyline or a narrative around him. It's just, he is a rookie, a number 2 pick, so anything that disciplinary point of view or whatever the case is going to be a talking point. But he came in the fourth quarter and played well, played aggressive. I'm sure his minutes will be different Sunday, and hopefully he plays well.
Steph, you mentioned attention on the rookie ladder and things that may be distracting to somebody in that situation. Have you talked to James about this, or have you had any conversations like this is something that might not be great for a 19-year-old in this situation?
Absolutely, we all have. I know he has a lot of voices coming at him from a lot of different perspectives, but it's hard. Playing at this level is hard, and being great is hard. And that path to getting to where you want to be as a superstar, as an all-star, as a guy that is a cornerstone of a franchise, it's always, there's nothing smooth about it. So you could say the right things and hopefully keep the attention on what it should be about him being, the best player he can be right now for us, working on things that'll differentiate a good game versus a bad game for him. And that's not stats, that's just certain disciplines that he can focus on and continue to get better. And I think he's doing a great job of trying to lock into those things. And we have a lot of season left, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, Steph, personally, how have you internalized the up and down nature of this season?
It's different. It's tough, and nobody likes the feeling of getting smacked in a game like tonight. Or we've had some really good moments as well. So I feel like the vibe of the games like tonight and some of those big wins. Every game feels like 2. And it's like a emotional roller coaster that you really have to be focused on staying even keel. That competitive fire obviously remains, but we've done a pretty good job of adjusting. We just haven't found any consistency, and that is a frustrating thing for sure. So, we're going to have to find that, if we want to be a threat in the playoffs, and that's on us to figure out.
Hi, Steph. Do you still think you're growing as a side? Do you still think you're developing as a team?
Say that last word again.
Do you still think you're developing as a team?
Absolutely. We're always a work in progress. It's just a matter of how quickly can we get that confidence that we know who we are every given night. We know how we're going to win. We go out and execute. And some nights it's been there, some nights it hasn't. And when it hasn't, it's looked pretty bad. And when you come in as a young guy, you're thrown into that expectation, let alone the other internal pressures that you put on yourself and the standard that you hold yourself to. So it's hard to see the big picture. I think that's okay, because I think, if the guys that really want to be great take everything personally. And, if they're not playing, they take it personally. If they have a bad game, they take it personally. And, if they're playing well, they double down on the work that goes into it. So, it's just making sure we continue to communicate about what's important now for Wise and the other young guys, and how they're going to get minutes and help us win and keep moving in the right direction. But there is a big picture to this, so not to get too overwhelmed by the ups and downs of the season.
So big picture, Steph, as you guys digest your 4th consecutive loss, do you feel like the storyline of James making a mistake is being overblown?
He's the number 2 pick that didn't play, so I guess there is going to be some attention. But come Sunday, hopefully we can move past it.
Steph, with this being you guys' longest losing streak of the season of 4, a blowout loss tonight, does that sting a little more than usual, or just another game?
It sucks right now. I mean, nobody likes this feeling, especially coming off the break where we try to recharge and rejuvenate some energy, we come out flat. So I think it's hard. We don't want to look back, but that Portland game hurt. Obviously, the Phoenix game we were undermanned, and tonight we're playing a team that wasn't playing well, according to their standards, and they took advantage of the game. So we understood the stretch that we had coming out of the break. 3 really good teams, and we got 2 swings at it at home, and got to find a way to be competitive, win, and get back to feeling good about ourselves.